So I'm currently working on a video about this Chromebook, the Epic Chromebook. By the time this video goes up, it should actually already be there, so I'll put a link down below. One of the things that I'm trying to test about this though is Bluetooth and using it with an external speaker, because the speakers on this thing are not good at all. Which makes an absolutely excellent segue point here to what I'm going to talk about today, which is this speaker from Archeer that just showed up. I have no idea how much it is, so I'm gonna go look it up. And here it is, the Archeer A225 elegant speaker with fabric covering. And since I went ahead and just pulled this up over on the Chromebook so I could see exactly how much it is and get all the specs and everything, this speaker retails for about $35.99 over on Amazon. I might have a coupon code. If I do, I'll put it down below. But it's supposed to have some really interesting features to it, which is why I was very interested to take a look at it. So let's get started. Let's see if there's anything spec-wise on the box. It's wireless, it has a 2000 milliamp hour battery, a bass port for superior sound, USB and 3.5mm connections, a microphone for calls if you want to take calls on a speaker. I just generally don't do that. 10-meter working distance, that's Bluetooth, that's how it works. An NFC if you want to make the connection by just tapping your phone on it. And then part of the interesting part to it, as far as I'm concerned, is this capacitive touchscreen that it's got on the top. You mix that with the sort of the design of having all this fabric on it and everything. It was just a cool looking speaker, so let's see if it's any good. So inside the box, foam, user manual, 3.5mm cable, micro USB cable, and the speaker. Pretty much all things that you would expect. And here is the speaker. Archeer branding prominently on the front. Has sort of a silicone base. This fabric all around the outside, kind of like a cat scratching post. Little sticker on the top, so we'll go ahead and remove that. There we go. And so you can get a better look at the top. There's a ring around the outside here. It shows volume plus and minus on it, and then there's a button here in the middle, or what appears to be a button at least. On the bottom of the back, it says aux in and USB under this little plug. So there they are, 3.5mm and micro USB. Then the actual button is down here on the very bottom. It shows input 5 volts at 0.8 amps, and model is A225, patent reserved. NFC tag is also on the bottom. So we'll go ahead and power it on. Ooh, swanky. And I think it's ready to try to pair. And to go along with this other video that I'm working on, I'm gonna pair this Chromebook over Bluetooth to the speaker. And I do see A225 right there, so it's connecting. And removing the sticker and everything on the top, I've come to the realization that this is not going to be quite the speaker that I thought it was going to be. Because to be honest, I kind of thought that this was going to be a display on the top, but it's really just a piece of plastic with some logos on it. But the ring around the top is kind of nice. Of course, the fabric around the outside is a nice design choice. Let's see what it sounds like. It's decently loud there. So the majority of the sound actually seems to be coming out from this side. It's kind of an odd place for it to be. You'd expect it to be coming out from the front where the logo is, but just spinning it around in my hand, it's coming out from all sides, but the majority of it is sort of at the top of the peak, right next to the seam, the left-hand side of this seam. It's got some pretty good sound to it as far as I'm concerned. It gets loud for a small speaker. It seems to take quite a bit of turning to actually turn it up and down, but it is a nice feeling dial. I'm guessing that the buttons on top, the actual buttons, will only do something that's paired up to a phone, because it looks like these are actually controls. If you kind of touch on it, you see it lights up a little bit, but it is kind of delayed. So far, the audio sounds good out of it though. Let's see if I can pair my phone up to it. And I can actually see now that top light is flashing. I just turned it off and back on, put it in Bluetooth pairing mode again. And I see it did give me the option to pair the Bluetooth device using NFC. So I will say yes to that, and we are paired. Now let's see if the buttons do anything. Well, they kinda do, but they're just really hit or miss. I have to go to the manual. Yeah, I definitely should have looked at this earlier. The top part here, slide next and slide previous. You've got rotary volume, and then the actual controls are the button on the bottom. Power on and off, play, pause, and calls and hands-free. So that design leaves a little to be desired. So for play and pause, I have to actually turn it over, tap the button, and it starts playing. Tap the button again to get it to stop. So play, swipe, and it goes forward, swipe. Yep. So that's working appropriately. Again, I don't think I would have designed it that way. I think I would have used that center dot as like the play pause button or the answer call, hang up call button. But one way or the other, just very early impressions of the sound quality of the device. I like the way that it sounds. It puts out an awful lot of sound for this relatively small form factor and for the price. It's just the design that kind of throws me off. The capacitive touchscreen on the top that all you can really do with it is slide your finger across one way or the other. It's neat, but it's not what I would have done. Especially having that power button be the play, pause, and power on the bottom. It just seems poorly thought out. Maybe having the power button and the play pause on the side somewhere, or again, using this capacitive touchscreen for more than just swiping your finger across. And the rotating dial on the top, it's really neat, but it takes an awful lot of turning to really make a difference. But I'm gonna go ahead and continue using this. You can probably see a little bit more about it in the Chromebook video that will have already been up by now, but I'm gonna keep this video kind of short, sweet, and to the point. Early impressions, like I said, I do like the sound quality and I do like the design of it, so if nothing else, to have something on the desk that I can have plugged in all the time and powered on all the time, that's pretty cool. To have something to use with a phone, that works all right as well. If you're in the market for a Bluetooth speaker with some decent sound quality, this is not a bad option. So thanks so much to Archeer for sending this out. Thanks to you guys for watching. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button down below so you get notified whenever I put out new videos, and hit the thumbs up if you like this, hit the thumbs down if you didn't, and I'll see you again next time.